Life between the lines. Some call sports just something to do and take up time. Others take sports too seriously and let them consume their lives. For Garrett Campbell, sports neither consumed him, nor was it just something for him to do. Sports acted as a way of life for Garrett from a very early age. Athletics ultimately defined Garrett all the way from his early years. Garrett's earliest memory of sport came on a fall afternoon before hockey practice. Garrett stood crouched in his ready stance in front of his front door. His boy's regular haircut, neat and tidy, with his light mahogany brown hair gleaming in the afternoon light, eagerly awaiting practice. He had dark hazelnut eyes that beamed at his mother and father as they snapped a few pictures of him before taking him to hockey. Already dressed in his pads, he took his stick and stuck out his lower lip in a tough frown, desperately trying to look like a pro hockey player. His young, clean face, however, lacked the scars of such men. Garrett stood there, with his small, childlike frame, trying to act independent and tough. However, he knew he needed the people standing in front of him taking pictures. Though young, he understood the importance of the people around him. His mean-looking facial expression exuded his troublemaker side that his mother knew so well. She called him a little devil from the day he was born, and this moment in front of his house proved no different. Garrett would always know his parents as his protectors. He understood that he needed them, and that his life seemed incomplete without them. Though he wanted independence from an early age, Garrett always abided by his parents' rules. He wanted nothing more than to please his parents and to make them proud. Garrett stood there in his hockey pads, not realizing it yet, but sports ultimately defined him in his self-image. Sports molded Garrett's character and intellect. Sports also helped build relationships with his brothers, as well as his father. Being the youngest in the family, Garrett always had an inferiority complex. He felt he needed to prove himself to his father and his brothers. Sports stood as the arena where he could show his father and his brothers his talent. Garrett always possessed athletic talent, but he came to realize that athletics cannot consume life. Sports only last so long. Who you are really defines you, but Garrett found this out through athletics. Garrett began playing lacrosse just as he had done with everything else. He started playing because of his brothers. He began at age 10 and never looked back. He had butterflies in his stomach as he drove with his mother to Beverly High School for his first practice. His green Nike duffel bag stuffed with black Easton hockey gloves, white CCM hockey helmet, and shoulder pads. Garrett grabbed his stuff and walked timidly towards the field to meet his new teammates and coach. Sports taught Garrett to be outgoing. Over the years, his hesitant behavior vanished. Just as he played fiercely and ferociously, his character began to blossom as well. He never feared to ask his coach what he needed to do to improve. The practice started and he ran off along the dirt-patched field with areas of grass. The field seemed quiet because all the kids didn't know each other. Garrett desperately needed a friend to be there. Surprisingly, a hockey friend showed up to practice, and it all went down the hill from there. Garrett fell in love with the sport. He did not know what an impact this sport would have on his life. Lacrosse plays a crucial role in Garrett as a person and as an athlete. This understanding can be tracked back to that fall afternoon on his front steps. Garrett wanted what every child playing sports wants. He dreamed of playing on the big stage, to be a professional or college athlete. It didn't matter which sport. He simply wanted the glory and the adoration. He was destined to be an athlete from the moment he took his crouched stance in front of that dark green door. All his life, Garrett had done anything and everything to make his father proud. He tried hard in school, played his heart out in sports, and did everything asked of him. Garrett's father had always had great expectations for him. He wanted the best for his son, and the only way he knew how to get his son's best was to push him. He wanted more goals in games, more A's on report cards. He wanted his son to be the best, and if he was not the best, he had to work the hardest. Lacrosse came easy to Garrett. He always possessed the most skill at the sport, and knew that he could use this sport to become his own individual. He could emerge out of the shadow of his brothers and prove to his father that he too could play. As the youngest son, the thing that made him the angriest was inheriting used equipment. If Garrett could be the best lacrosse player, then his father would buy him the equipment he really wanted. When his brother Doug attended Lawrence Academy his sophomore year, he made the varsity hockey team. As a reward, Garrett's father bought Doug a new hockey stick that had come out called the Easton Synergy. This new stick had just revolutionized the game of hockey. The stick was one piece of fused fiberglass and plastic, and the price sat around $200. Garrett wanted one very badly, but his father would not buy him one because he was too young. Though all of Garrett's wants and needs seemed superficial, no other serious problems had occurred in his life. Garrett knew no pain. He never had anything bad happen, and small problems only consumed his life. To Garrett at this point, everything went according to plans. No tragedies had occurred, no problems with school or friends. He possessed a privileged life. The only thing that could shake his life off course would be losing what he truly loved and cared about. Garrett knew from an early age that he lived in a good family. He was loved by each and every member. Even if his father would not buy him things, this did not mean he didn't love him. To lose a loved one